Hey guys, what's up? MadSeason here, back with another video for you. For months, we've been seeing news about a couple new allied races that are coming to the world of Warcraft, and that's the Mag'Har Orcs and the Dark Iron Dwarves. Well, in the latest alpha build, they were just unlocked and they're now playable, so I thought I'd give you a detailed preview of what they look like, their racials, lore, the character customization, and so on. These were unlocked automatically for testing purposes. The actual way to unlock them in-game has yet to be seen, but they said that it'll be similar to the Void Elves and the Nightborn and whatnot. They'll be tied into the story, and you'll do a little scenario most likely. It should have something to do with the Battle for Azeroth war campaign when the expansion launches. Here's some footage to give you a general gist of the customization. I'll go through every single option at the end of the video, and I'll have some timestamps for that in the description for those of you who want to see everything. Just some general stuff though is, for the Dark Irons, you get fire beards, which look really uncomfortable, but still pretty cool. Or hot rather. And you also get some tattoos, although you can't change their color. For the Mag'Har Orcs, you get some interesting skin color choices to match whatever clan that you want to be. Here's Blackrock, the Shattered Hand, I think this is the Bleeding Hollow, and maybe Warsong here. I'm not too learned of the orc lore, so I'll let you be the judge. And you can also change their posture, just like the normal orcs now. Racials, classes, and so on have been data mined, but I think this is a little more official. The classes are as follows. For the Dark Iron Dwarves, we have the Warrior, Paladin, Hunter, Rogue, Priest, Shaman, Mage, Warlock, and Monk. For unlocking the race, you get the Dark Iron Corehound mount, which is usable by any character on your account. And for leveling to 110, you get this Heritage armor, which is transmoggable by any class as long as your race is Dark Iron. Unfortunately, these aren't in the alpha yet, so for now, these screenshots will have to do. As for the actual in-game stuff though, let's go over the class-specific stuff first. If you're a Paladin, you get a special mount for these guys called the Darkforge Ram. It's kind of neat. It matches the race pretty well, I think. It is of course only usable by Dark Iron Paladins, similar to how the other Paladin mounts work. And since they can be shamans, they also get their own special totems, as you can see here. Now these are pretty cool in my opinion. Drills and anvils, now that's Dark Iron. The actual totem is an anvil that drills into the ground. The fire one has embers spewing from the top, the water one has a little fountain, and so on. They're quite large too, almost as tall as the Dark Iron herself. As for the racials, first up we have Fireblood. This is a 2-minute cooldown skill that, just like Stoneform, removes all poison, disease, curse, magic, and bleed effects, and increases your primary stat the more of these effects that you remove, lasting for 8 seconds. So, very similar to Stoneform. The trade-off is that 10% reduced damage for a DPS boost, so if you're not a tank, this is definitely a winner here in the PvE scene. And effect-wise, when you use it, you grow in size, and you get a fire aura around your character. Next, we have the Mole Machine, which has been a mystery. No one really knows how it works, and unfortunately, it's still the case since it's not yet implemented in the alpha. It's a base 3-second cast spell that allows you to summon a Mole Machine that tunnels through the earth, and it has a 30-minute cooldown. No one can really agree on what this is. Some say it's an extra hearth, some say it's an in-combat mount to get out of sticky situations, and others think it's just a portal to the Blackrock Depths, which is sort of the Dark Iron capital. So, put a pin on that one for now, I guess. We also get the Dungeon Delver, which is our first passive here. This just increases our movement speed by 4% while we're indoors, so not much to say really. It's nice to have, but it's not something that's super noticeable. We also have Forged in Flames, which reduces damage taken from physical attacks by 1%, so just a little defensive boost here, and maybe it's something that offsets that trade-off with stone form for all of you tanks out there. And the last passive is Mass Production, which increases your blacksmithing skill by 5 and your crafting speed by 25%. That plus 5 skill might actually be pretty handy with how professions now work in the battle for Azeroth. Everything is split up by the expansion now, and the max skill for each category is reduced, making this plus 5 hold a little more value, I think. And the extra speed is kind of meh. I don't know about you, but I've never found myself thinking, dang, I sure wish crafting that armor was just 0.25 seconds shorter. Lore-wise, these guys are one of the main 3 dwarf factions. There was a war a long time ago called the War of the Three Hammers between the Dark Iron Dwarves, the Wild Hammer, and the Bronzebeards. The Dark Irons were the bad guys, and they were eventually pushed back to the Red Ridge Mountains, where out of desperation they summoned the Fire Lord Ragnaros to aid them. Things didn't go as planned though, because Ragnaros, being a Fire Lord, just lit everything on fire and enslaved the Dark Irons instead of helping them. As a result, the Burning Steppes and the Searing Gorge were created, and Ragnaros turned their home into the Blackrock Mountain, where they've been residing ever since. Specifically in the Blackrock Depths dungeon, while Ragnaros himself resides in the Molten Core. So they've been in game for quite a while as enemies, but slowly over time, they've been currying favor with the Alliance via Moira Thorison, aka the artist formerly known as Moira Bronzebeard, the daughter of Mag'Har Bronzebeard. Okay, so that's the Dark Iron Dwarves in a nutshell. For our Horde friends, we have the Mag'Har Orcs. For classes, we have the Warrior, Hunter, Rogue, Priest, Shaman, Mage, and Monk. Similar to the Dark Iron Dwarves, their heritage armor and mount unfortunately aren't in the alpha yet. But the mount is the Mag'Har Direwolf, very Draenor-y and Orc-y, and of course usable by any character once you unlock them. And here's their heritage armor, which doubles as a can opener as well, which is pretty handy. It's called the Warsong Clan set, and you even get a special tabard, which is pretty unique. And as for the class specific stuff, we do have some special totems. These look pretty good too. You got the Horde emblem on there, and it's a very tribal look with carvings and tusks attached to the sides. Pretty neat looking, and it matches. As for racials, first up we have the Ancestral Call, which is your active. This is a 2-minute cooldown spell that invokes the spirits of your ancestors, granting you their power. This just gives you different random stat boosts based on the various different orc clans. If you get Blackrock, you get some versatility, Frostwolf gives you some mastery, and so on. The next one is Open Skies, which passively increases your mount speed by 10%, which is a nice little boost, I think. Savage Blood reduces the duration of poisons, diseases, and curses by 10%, and you also have Sympathetic Vigor, which increases your pet's health by 10%. So, there's a nice one for you hunters out there. Lore-wise, you'll recognize them if you played the Warlords of Draenor expansion. These are the uncorrupted orcs that refused to drink Manroth's blood, and they were united under the command of Grom Hellscream. They have been confirmed as the alternate universe orcs through some datamine stuff, but I won't go into detail with that for the sake of letting you see that for yourself. So, that's the Dark Iron Dwarves and the Mag'Har Orcs officially in-game in the alpha. Whichever one is cooler, I'll let you decide. Personally, I like the Dwarves more, but that might be because I'm an Alliance fanboy. In fact, let's settle this. I'll have a poll in the description, so go ahead and vote for your favorite and we'll see who wins. I do want to be thorough, so before I leave you here, here's every single customization option for both sexes, for both races as they officially appear in the alpha client. That's it for this video. I hope you found it interesting or entertaining. Like it if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Farewell for now, mortals. We hope you enjoyed today's video. See you again soon.